Can you wave, Fletch? Say hello.
Say hi. He's like, let me at the playground.
This is, I call the chaos house.
What's going on here today?
We are setting up. We got homeschooling nowadays because of COVID. Everyone's changing everything up. This is Halloween day. We're setting up the Halloween stuff. We don't know if we'll be in Colorado for Halloween. I'm from Bermuda originally. Nikki's from Australia. We might head down to Bermuda. They got some pretty cool traditions down there, and they're almost COVID free. So we could get a trip in. We've been wanting to go the whole time, but we've stayed here.
We were in the same, I came to train with the group that I was in. And
Yeah, the coaches.
I thought he was like this punk accented, tattooed kid. Not kid, we're the same age. I can turn this.
The coach was Billy Davon, and his wife Louise. I think she was 6th or 7th in Kona in the sort of early 90s. When I was in Australia, you want to meet an Australian down there? To be honest, a lot of boys in the group were interested in Nikki. She loved the attention, so I played the ignore her, play hard to get, and then she got bored of everyone else hitting on her and wondered why I was leaving her alone. That's how I describe it.
We should learn about this later.
I want to know about it.
Play cool, calm, and collective. Bluffing that I didn't care. It works. Do it in racing too. Pretend like you're hurt and then save it for the run. Call it the furnish room because it is the furnish room. Lots of clothes. We moved pretty quickly last year in December. I was working the farm for 2 weeks. We got a guy who works on the farm who's awesome, who keeps it running nice, but he needs a holiday at some point. So off season for me, the best time to do it is the off season. And so here, this is where I've got a little TV. Nothing fancy. It's literally the dungeon, the basement that's unfinished, the furnace room. This is my 7th place bowl. My 5th is in Bermuda. I think my brother or dad has it in their office. I got to switch because my dad was actually 7th, which is why I kept a couple of these. That's from the Bermuda newspaper, like father, like son. Leading into something like Kona, Nikki definitely steps up, and I'm not as home as much. I'm out training all the time. When I come home, I'm tired. But that takes its toll on family, and I think any pro with kids or any age grouper with kids, especially if you've got a handful, understands that family life is important. And when I finish my career, they're still going to be here, and they're going to be supporting me, and I'm going to be supporting them. Like they're huge. They're the biggest part of my life. So I can't be at my A game all year. So I have to pick and choose. And for me, I want to be the best when I think it matters most.
This is where Daddy was on the weekend.
Yeah, so I just got back from Cozumel. I think it was the first race back in North America. So that's Mexico. Should we find Cozumel? Cozumel is a little island off here. It doesn't really show. So there's Cozumel. There's Bermuda. And where I normally head out in about a week, you head out, the kids normally come, and there's Kona.
Where are we going?
We're going to the farm. 2.5 miles there, 2.5 home. Easy way to get 5 miles out. Hey, looking good. Jose's the man. We met Jose a long time ago when we lived up the mountains in Boulder. We had a horse down at Boulder Valley Ranch, which is where we did one of the VRs, where I did the run. We used to keep our horses there. He had a horse down there, and yeah, he keeps it running. Without Jose, I wouldn't be racing. So every once in a while, I give him a day off, but he's a hard worker.
And Sundays.
And Sunday. But I was gonna say, the farm keeps me like honest, and like you do. I realized from the farm work that just everything needs to be done every day, and I took that to training, and never tried to do anything specific, or I'm not as attention to details on like my hard days. I just get it done.
Your eggs. the eggs I found. They're outside.
This is Lavender,
Yeah.
Pippa, and Mabel. They were like our first 3 Nubians.
Yeah, and they
Then-
love toys.
This is our first miniature Nigerian over here. She's the friendliest. Her name is Harriet.
The reason that Tyler wanted to buy it, this was his idea for the record. I've just kind of rode with it. And he wanted the kids to be outside and around, not necessarily around animals, but just like digging in the dirt and like living as kids. For us, it's like our grounding place. You know, like we come here because we want to be outside, calm, grounded, not like anxious and rushing, which is what I feel like a lot of life can become in these days.
One or two get the fluffy ones, but I think the coyotes you can